Hello, everybody. This is Catholic Dad, episode number 237. Jeffrey Epstein. I know who killed him. Okay, so I don't really know who killed him, but nonetheless, I could figure out who killed him, and I think probably, hopefully, people are actually going to figure out who killed him. So, number one, the claim is that he committed suicide. If they release the video, then we know who killed him. That would be the easiest thing to do, and that would shut the whole thing down. If they don't release the video of Jeffrey Epstein killing himself, which you know there is a video of what happened in the jail cell that night, then the conspiracy theories abound. We'll keep going and going and going and going. And by the way, just because something's a conspiracy theory doesn't mean it's wrong. So how do you find out who killed Jeffrey Epstein? And I think the Department of Justice is going to go to town on this one. So what you do is you find out everybody who was blackmailable by Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so the Dershowitzes of the world and the Prince Andrews of the world and the Bill Richardsons of the world, and there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people involved in this, and hopefully the Department of Justice has all their names. All you have to do is plot them on a board and then see which. And oh, by the way, if the Epstein conspiracy is what everybody says it is, that it's he was an agent of intelligence, and he was hired to help entrap and ensnare very rich, powerful people to get his way politically throughout the globe, then all you have to do is take those people and see which way they've acted, and see what they were unabashedly supportive of. And so this might drive you in places of the military-industrial complex and certain arms dealers. This might drive you in the direction of certain countries and foreign aid and you name it. And so if all these people point to essentially voted for the aid of one country, right, that was kind of out of the realm of everybody else in the United States of America, then you know that's probably where the influence came from. If everybody voted for one arms dealer, then you know that's probably where the influence came from and the people that designed this Epstein crisis. So there you go. You could actually figure out who killed him. You just need all the Department of Justice information. You need all the people who are blackmailable. And then you actually have to look at their political lives and what they've actually voted for and stood for. And when they went against the grain of their own political parties, what they actually went against the grain for. And all of those points should be pointing in the same direction, whether it's a foreign country, whether it's an American country, whether it's the intelligence agency or the military-industrial complex in America. All that stuff should be readily apparent if all the pinpoints go in one direction. Let's see. And so here's the great hope, by the way, that Jeffrey Epstein was not an idiot. He probably was not, because he was ensnared in this whole drama, and he actually got out of it. He actually got off with a very light jail sentence back in 2008. The guess is he would put this information to be released after his death, if he were put to death, and then kind of expose the whole cabal of people that were involved in it. Is that going to happen? Who knows? I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but if that comes out, then we have a whole bunch of juicy information. We could sink our teeth into it and see what happens. Now, here's another thing to think about, by the way. Jeffrey Epstein was a big player in ensnaring the rich and powerful. And was he the only player in the world of ensnaring the rich and powerful? Of course not. So here's some advice for those who are rich and powerful. If you don't realize that the intelligence agencies of the world are trying to ensnare you, if you're in the legislative branches of government, or even the Supreme Court, or you name it, if you don't realize that they're trying to ensnare you, you will be ensnared in some way. And what they're going to do is they're going to throw your weakness at you, and they're going to figure out what your weakness is. And they're probably going to do it in all sorts of quiet ways. And here's an example: rich, powerful politicians in a foreign nation, or away on business or something like that. And he's in a bar with some friends, and they're having some drinks or whatever else, and then there's just some quiet, beautiful woman starts making eyes at him and acts just uber friendly to him. Boom. If you have that proclivity, then you're ensnared. And then perhaps she's a foreign agent. Like, if you're in positions of power, in fact, if you're not in positions of power, you shouldn't do it anyway. But if you're in positions of power, you are a target from intelligence agencies. And if you're a target from intelligence agencies, for sure entrapment's going to occur. So if you find people coming at you, trying to get you to participate in morally illicit behaviors, run away, because you know those people aren't after you, they're after entrapping you. So anyway, this is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Please like or subscribe, get the Mass, and pray the Daily Rosary. And I hope that the Department of Justice, Donald Trump, and everybody else starts releasing more information on Jeffrey Epstein about the ongoings within the federal government and what avenues of justice they're going to pursue. And again, I said this in the last video, if this thing quietly goes away and there's no more talk about it, well, then you know it was a cabal from the very beginning. And so take care, have a nice day, pray the Daily Rosary, and get to Mass. God bless you all.